A sharp voice pierced the hum of the first-class cabin, halting small talk and the clink of wine glasses. "This is your final warning. Move to the back, or I'll have security remove you," snapped the flight attendant, her tone laced with impatience. Her name was Cheryl Watkins, and her airline-issued suit seemed to carry the weight of absolute authority. Years of enforcing rules she applied selectively had honed her commanding edge. She stood tall, radiating control, unprepared for defiance. But in a plush leather seat sat a woman who wouldn't yield. Her name was Nia Thompson, mid-30s, with steady eyes and composed posture. She looked up, unruffled. "I'm not going anywhere," she said, her voice so calm it drew more attention than a shout. Nia, dressed in a tailored gray blazer and slacks, with understated earrings and low heels, wasn't here to flaunt wealth or vacation. She was traveling for her business, one she'd built from scratch into a powerhouse of influence. The private jet gleamed under the amber sunset, its interior a showcase of luxury polished wood paneling, gold accents, soft jazz humming beneath the cabin's murmur. Passengers sipped premium bourbon or tapped on sleek devices. Nia had boarded quietly, no entourage, no fanfare, but her presence shifted the atmosphere. At the entrance, Cheryl had greeted guests with curated smiles, her warmth scaling with status. When Nia passed, Cheryl's smile flattened. "Welcome," she said curtly, then beamed at a couple in high-end attire, the Bradfords, her clear favorites. Nia noticed the bias, but said nothing, gliding to her seat with effortless grace. Cheryl's eyes followed her. Moments later, she approached, voice dripping with false politeness. "Excuse me, I think you're in the wrong cabin." Nia met her gaze, polite but firm. "This is my assigned seat." Cheryl's smile tightened, her tone hardening. "This section is for our elite guests only." A few heads turned. A tech mogul nearby, his cufflinks flashing, glanced over. An actress across the aisle leaned in slightly. "I suggest you check your list before assuming," Nia said evenly. Cheryl's eyes narrowed. "I don't need to check. I know who belongs here." Whispers spread. "Why is she causing trouble?" someone muttered. "Trying to sneak into first class," another scoffed. Cheryl crossed her arms. "Move now, or I'm calling security." Nia tilted her head, unfazed. "Call whoever you need. I'm staying." Cheryl turned to her junior attendant, Sophie Reed, who stood nearby, tense. "Escort her to the back." Sophie hesitated, glancing at the passenger log on the wall, wanting to verify, but Cheryl's glare stopped her. Nia spoke softly. "You might want to rethink this." Cheryl snapped. "I know what I'm doing. Stand up." The tech mogul leaned toward Nia. "Everything okay?" "I'm fine," she replied calmly. Cheryl turned on him. "Stop encouraging her. She's the problem." He raised an eyebrow. "With respect, you're the one making a scene." Cheryl's face reddened. "If you don't move, I'll have you thrown off." Nia didn't flinch. "You're welcome to try." When Nia asked for water, Cheryl ignored her, serving others instead. As Nia adjusted her legs, Cheryl stepped over, deliberately bumping her and spilling a tray of ice water onto Nia's lap. "Look what you've done," Cheryl exclaimed theatrically. Nia dabbed her slacks. "You walked into me." Cheryl leaned in, voice low and venomous. "You think you can talk to me like that?" In a flash, she slapped Nia across the face. Gasps filled the cabin. Sophie covered her mouth. The mogul stood. Nia slowly turned back, composed. "You just made a serious mistake," she said quietly. "You crossed the line," Cheryl shot back. "No," Nia said, voice steady. "You'll regret this." Cheryl scoffed. "What? You'll call your lawyer?" Nia's silence spoke volumes. At the cabin's rear, Sophie slipped away, phone in hand, voice shaky. "This is Sophie Reed. We have a situation up front." The cockpit door opened. The pilot emerged, face grim. "Ms. Watkins, step aside. We got a message from the airline's board. The owner is on board." He turned to Nia. "Ms. Thompson." The cabin fell silent. "She owns the plane?" the actress whispered. "That's impossible," Cheryl stammered. "She is," the pilot confirmed. "She owns the jet and the company." Over the intercom, he announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're making a brief stop. Please stay seated." The jet touched down at a private terminal. A black SUV pulled up, and 2 assistants boarded. "Ms. Thompson, your meeting materials are ready." Nia stood, facing Cheryl. You assumed I didn't belong because of how I looked. That stops now. Cheryl faltered. I didn't know. You didn't bother to check, Nia cut in. The pilot spoke. Effective immediately, Cheryl Watkins, you're relieved of duties. 2 officers boarded. MS. Thompson, do you wish to press charges? Yes, Nia said. She assaulted me. Cheryl, cuffed, cried. It was a misunderstanding. Nia shook her head. It was bias. As Cheryl was let off, Nia addressed the passengers. I'm sorry you saw this. This isn't how we operate. From now on, every guest gets the respect they deserve. Applause erupted, even from the actress. Nia turned to Sophie. Your hesitation didn't go unnoticed. Expect a call from my office. Sophie, stunned, nodded. Thank you, MS. Thompson. In a later TV interview, Nia said, dignity isn't tied to appearance. It's owed to everyone. The clip went viral. A month later, on another flight, the crew greeted her warmly. Welcome back, MS. Thompson. She smiled, settling in as the jet soared, carrying a new standard of luxury, respect. The cabin had buzzed with chatterglasses clinking, screens glowing until Cheryl's voice cut through. Move to the back, or I'll call security. Her authority was misplaced. Across from her sat Nia Thompson, poised, unmoved. I'm exactly where I belong, she said, voice smooth. Dressed in a sharp ivory suit, Nia looked like the CEO she was, but Cheryl saw only what she chose. What followed was a charged standoff, whispers, bias, and a shocking slap that stunned all. Cheryl didn't know Nia owned the jet and airline. When the pilot confirmed it, jaws dropped. MS. Thompson is the owner. Cheryl was escorted off in cuffs. Nia stood tall. Respect isn't a luxury, she told the passengers. It's a right. That moment went viral, redefining power, grace, and presence in the skies.